evening, everyone. I am calling the St. Louis County Council meeting to order Tuesday, May 4th, 2021. It is now 6:31. Would you join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge
I
allegiance
pledge allegiance
to
to the flag
of the
of the
United
United States of
of
America
America and to the
and to the
republic
republic
for which
for
it
which it
stands,
stands,
one
one
nation under
nation,
God,
God, indivisible,
indivisible, with liberty
liberty
and
and
justice
justice
for
for
all.
all.
Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilmember Days,
Here.
Councilmember Dunaway,
Present.
Councilmember Fitch,
Here.
Councilmember Webb,
Present.
Councilmember Clancy,
Here.
Councilmember Tracus,
Present.
Councilmember Harder.
Present.
Madam Chair, you have a quorum.
Thank you very much. Is there a motion for approval of the Journal of April 20th, 2021?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second, Fitch.
All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, no. Motion carries. The Journal of April 2021 is approved. The Journal for April 27 is not yet finalized, so we will move forward.
Madam Chair.
Councilwoman Webb.
Thank you, Madam Chair. A motion to suspend the rules in order for an adoption and presentation of a resolution honoring Gail Choke, Acting Director of Planning, on her retirement.
Is there a second?
Second, Clancy.
All in favor, please say aye.
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 Those opposed, no. Motion carries. The rules are suspended. Councilwoman Webb.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Please read Resolution 2.
Yes, ma'am. Resolution number 2 this evening, introduced by Council Members Webb, Days, Dunaway, Fitch, Clancy, Tracus, and Harder. Whereas Gail Schote began her career in the St. Louis County Department of Planning over 36 years ago, and during that span served under 7 planning directors and 6 county executives, beginning with County Supervisor Gene McNary. And whereas the numbers tell the story of Gail's career, as she has attended and facilitated hundreds of public hearings before the Planning Commission, reviewed thousands of site plans, served on multiple TIF commissions, participated in 2 major updates to the zoning ordinance in 1982 and 2014, and served thousands of residents, developers, and design professionals, whether as walk-ins to the planning department office, on the phone, or via email. And whereas Gail's steadfast dedication to the thoughtful planning and development of unincorporated St. Louis County is unparalleled. And whereas in North County, establishment of the KP Karst Preservation District, a zoning district adopted to protect the Florissant Karst sinkhole geological area, the National Archives and Records Center, and the St. Louis Zoo Wild Care Park are testaments to that dedication. And whereas South County has also benefited from Gail's hard work and expertise, as evidenced by her role in the establishment of the River City Casino in Lime and, most recently, 9 Mile Garden in Afton. And whereas Gail has facilitated the development of countless subdivisions, apartment complexes, office campuses, and shopping centers, participated in community engagement to formulate community plans for Lime, Afton, Spanish Lake, West Overland, Old Jamestown, and Oakville, collaborated with residents and business owners to solve land use issues, and consistently worked effectively with other departments, agencies, and leaders to achieve mutually desired goals. And whereas Gail's colleagues and coworkers describe her as a great manager, a kind person who genuinely cares about them personally and professionally, instrumental in the professional development of countless planners, a valuable resource for all who come to her for information and guidance, and a dedicated public servant. And whereas Gail's last day as a St. Louis County employee was April 30th, 2021, but the legacy of her leadership will be felt for many, many years to come. Now, therefore, be it resolved by the County Council of St. Louis County, Missouri as follows. Section 1. The County Council congratulates Gail Schote on the occasion of her retirement from St. Louis County, expresses its deepest gratitude for her service, and extends its best wishes for many, many happy years spent with her husband, Jim Schote, and her children, Christopher Adelino, James Adelino, Tim Schote, and Jenna Schote, as well as her extended family and friends. Section 2, the Administrative Director shall send a certified copy of this resolution to Gail Choate as a permanent token of the council's esteem and appreciation.
Councilwoman Webb,
Madam Chair, I move for the adoption of resolution number 2.
is there a second?
Second.
Roll call,
Clancy.
please.
Discussion, please. We have discussion, please.
Discussion. Councilman Fitch.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Gail, I mentioned this a little bit the other day. We're going to miss you. I worked with you a lot during those 30 some odd years. And Gail was one of those department directors, or acting director in this case, that if she told you something, you could take it to the bank. It was right. So thank you, Gail, for that. We will miss you. I just wish I would have had the chance to vote for you and confirm you as the director of planning. But nonetheless, you've had a great career, and thank you for all of your service. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Any further discussion? I'm sure. Councilman Harder. Councilman Harder, you are on mute.
There you go. I also want to second what Councilman Fitch said, and to thank you for your help in all the unincorporated areas of the 7th District and help us develop the right way and keeping traffic patterns down and development at a good clip, as well as a better community overall. And that's what planning's all about. And thank you for being steadfast in those beliefs and helping the people of the 7th District. So thank you and congratulations on your retirement.
Any further
Madam Chair?
discussion? Councilwoman Clancy.
Yeah, I want to echo everyone's appreciations to Gail and her retirement. As many of you are aware, one of my first big challenges on the council was Tower T, and we had a good result with that. We were able to work towards reopening it, and that's underway right now. But Gail really helped me understand the intricacies about the space and the land there and the zoning issues really quickly, as I was, kind of a deer in the headlights my first few months as council has happened. So I really appreciate Gail jumping into the fray with me there and being available to do some really quick town halls to hear from residents. And I will not forget that, Gail. So thank you and good luck to you.
Anyone else? Councilman Tracus.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Gail, you are a great example of a dedicated public servant. You and I did many, many things together over almost 5 years now in unincorporated South County. And you always bring 100% to the project. That is going to be very hard to replace. So Godspeed. I wish you the best, and I can't thank you enough for your dedication to the county. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilwoman Dunaway.
Thank you, Madam Chair. So responsive and answering all of my silly new questions. I hope you enjoy retirement. We will certainly miss you, but I luckily will see you at the pool this summer.
Councilwoman Webb.
Thank you, Madam Chair. So, Gail, I just want you to know I probably known you the least amount of time, but I'm probably the most fondest. And I don't just say that for myself, but I say that for Shantae. She's screaming in the background. But we are so happy for you in your next phase of your enjoyment in life. You are, as many has already echoed, you are the true servant leadership that we all should follow. You put service to others before yourself all the time. And what makes you exceptional is that you are not afraid to share knowledge and train the next. Although we are so saddened, especially with this project of Jamestown Mall coming up. I'm nervous, Miss Gail. But I'm confident that you left a legacy and that you've trained yourself, Mel and others, to take up the mantle and do just as you did, be a phenomenal servant leader. We appreciate you, Miss Gail. I've always been told you give people their flowers when they're due, because you never know. So I want you to know how much we appreciated you and all that you do. And I've already asked council, to my peers, I will be the first to hire you as a consultant if you want to come out of retirement, because I have plenty of work to do. But again, we love you. We thank you. And I'm so grateful to have been in your company just this little amount of time. It's been a great impact on my uh, first role as county councilwoman. Thank you, Ms. Gail. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. And Gail, I will tell you that, many of them on this call probably do not know that, but we worked together before I was on the county council. So we've gone back. We have a history, and with the department and with you, and a consummate professional in all that you do. And I can truly say that you were very much a part of whatever you decided, and whatever we decided that you need to do, what role you needed to play, you were there 100%. And so I appreciate you before the council, and I appreciate you now. We will be looking to mail in the others that you have trained. And if they don't do it right, we would just simply call and say, that's not the way Gail would do it. So anyway, I do appreciate that. Good luck to you in whatever it is that you choose to do going forward, and don't get too far. We still have your phone number. Any further discussions from anyone else before we call the roll? Madam Clerk.
Councilmember Dunaway.
Present.
Your
I
vote.
think we're voting for the resolution, Councilwoman Dunaway.
You want to
Oh,
vote?
sorry.
Councilmember
I'm
Webb.
I was first. Aye.
That's okay. I'll do that in a minute.
Councilmember Webb.
Aye.
Councilmember Tracus.
My apologies, aye.
Thank you. Councilmember Days.
Aye.
Councilmember Fitch.
Aye.
Councilmember Harder.
Aye.
Councilmember Clancy.
Aye.
Madam Chair, on resolution number 2, there are 7 ayes.
Thank you. Resolution number 2 is adopted. Councilwoman Webb, do you want to make a statement at this point?
Yes, ma'am. As I stated earlier, we greatly appreciate Ms. Gail, and I would like to take this time and allow Ms. Gail to respond if she would like to say anything.
I just don't know what to say. Thank you so much. It has been my pleasure working these past several years with the county. My entire pleasure. And sorry about that. I have tissues right here for the justification. I will miss my beloved staff, and you are in excellent hands. Thank you very much.
You are quite welcome. All right. For the benefit of Councilwoman Dunaway, the order of voting this evening will be letter G, Dunaway, Webb, Tracus, Days, Fitch, Harder, and Clancy. All right. We have no bid openings this evening, so we will move to communications.
Madam Chair,
Give Gail a chance to collect herself here.
Madam Chair.
Yes.
Excuse me. Madam Chair, we have no tax compromises or zoning matters this evening, so we will move to road and bridge matters. Under road and bridge matters, item number 1, 5th District.
Councilwoman Clancy.
Receive, file, plans, specifications, and detailed estimate of costs be approved, and the Director of Procurement be authorized to advertise for bids as requested, and a copy of this report be sent to the interested parties.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor, please say aye.
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 Those opposed, no. Motion carries.
Moving on to other communications, item number 1.
Receive and file, and that will be the order.
Item number 2.
Hold on the order of business, and that will be the order.
One moment. Thank you. Item number 3.
Receive, file, and the county council be directed to prepare the appropriate legislation, and that will be the order.
Item number 4, 4th District.
Receive, file, and hold on the order of business.
So ordered.
Item number 5, 6th District.
Receive, file, and hold on the order of business, please.
So ordered.
Item number 6, 5th District.
Receive, file, and the appropriation transfer be approved as requested.
Is there a second?
Second, Harder.
All in favor, please say aye.
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 Those opposed, no. Motion carries.
Item number 7, 1st District.
Receive, file, and the county council be directed to prepare the appropriate legislation, and that will be the order.
Item number 8, 4th District.
Receive, file, and the county council will be directed to prepare the appropriate legislation.
So ordered.
Item number 9, 5th District.
Receive, file, and the county councilor be directed to prepare the appropriate legislation.
So ordered.
Item number 10, 7th District.
Receive, file, and the county councilor be directed to prepare the appropriate legislation.
So ordered.
Item number 11.
Receive, file, and the county council be directed to prepare the appropriate legislation. That will be the same motion for item number 12, and that will be the order.
Item number 13.
Receive, file, and the county council be directed to prepare the appropriate legislation, and that will be the order.
Item number 14, 6th District.
Receive, file, and the county councilor be directed to prepare the appropriate legislation. Same motion for item number 15.
So ordered.
Item number 16.
Receive, file, and the county council be directed to prepare the appropriate legislation. Same motion for number 17, and that will be the order.
Item number 18, 5th District.
Receive, file, and the county councilor be directed to prepare the appropriate legislation.
So ordered.
Item number 19.
Receive, file, hold on the order of business, and refer to the council as a committee of the whole, and that will be the order.
Moving to add-ons, Madam Chair. Item number 1, 3rd District.
Receive, file, and the county councilor be directed to prepare the appropriate legislation. Same motion for item number 2.
So ordered.
Item number 3, 5th District.
Receive, file, and refer to the director of the Department of Public Health.
So ordered.
Item number 4, 5th District.
Receive and file.
So ordered.
Item number 5, 7th District.
Receive, file, and the county councilor be directed to prepare the appropriate legislation.
So ordered. How many speakers do we have this evening?
4.
4 speakers. Thank you. When your name is announced, listen for the clerk, and before you begin speaking, give us your last name, first name, and your zip code for the record. We will give you a hint when your 3 minutes are about up. So, Madam Clerk, would you call the first speaker?
Our first speaker this evening is Mike McCullum, followed by Tom Sullivan.
All right, so good evening. I'm calling to express my disappointment with his development at Jamestown Mall. In reading from a post from former Councilwoman Rochelle Gray, I guess it was an effort to take credit for a development of a logistic trucking center into the property. If this is true, I really totally disagree with that. Just this past weekend, a lot of the young people are gathering on parking lots, just to have an outlet. I think that it's very important that we have some type of family entertainment diner restaurant type of outlet so that we can have the kids and the families where to go. A trucking center in the midst of our area, which is basically residential. I think it would be a negative effect. I don't see that type of atmosphere in town and country. Um, if you haven't been to our part of the town, it's a very good area. And so, I think that we deserve better. I think that we will no longer be silent. A lot of people in the community or serious looking towards something to be done in our area. Councilwoman Webb, we appreciate the job you're doing in the midst of the environment that you're in. And we're going to hold fast and hold strong for the betterment of our community. Thank you.
Our next speaker is Tom Sullivan, followed by Cornell Ellison.
Tom Sullivan, 63130. Can you hear me?
Sir, please proceed.
I have a few things to mention this evening. The investigation in the county executive Sam Page's second job by the Ethics Committee is long overdue. It seems an obvious violation of St. Louis County Charter. Just as bad, Mr. Page kept it covered up for so long. Also, the chief of staff for Wesley Bell, Sam Walton, seems to have a couple of outside jobs, though he's paid $130,000 a year. The committee might consider if a prohibition is needed on outside employment by certain county officials, especially when the employment involves working for other governments. That seems to be the case with Mr. Alton. As you know, the county charter prohibits council members from such secondary employment. The County Land Clearance Redevelopment Authority recently announced it would be having a cleanup of its Wellston properties later this month. Volunteers were requested. Yet on March 17th, the authority announced contracts with 3 companies to have the trash picked up. I asked Associate Counsel Hal Bean II about this last week, but have received no response. Any cleanup should also include property not owned by St. Louis County. As bad as the trash is in Wellston, it's much worse in Kinloch. Saturday's meeting to set priorities for the American Rescue Funding was pretty interesting, and listening to the meeting, a couple of things came to mind. Some areas talked about are areas where the council has been negligent in the past, such as economic development. It's hard to figure what the Economic Development Partnership is accomplishing these days, other than collecting big paychecks. We're supposed to have a redevelopment plan for Jamestown Mall ready within 6 weeks. It's now the 9th week and no plan. The subject of public transportation also came up at the meeting, another area with little oversight. The county gives Bi-State $160 million a year and doesn't know for sure how it's spent. If St. Louis County is going to retain and compete for residents, you'll have to do better. The county has started to resemble the city of St. Louis, which gets worse every year. Thank you for listening to my comments.
Thank you, sir. Our next speaker is Cornell Ellison, followed by Zachary Keys.
Good evening. My name is Cornell Ellison. 63034. Mike McCullum actually took all the words out of my mouth when he spoke about the social media post that he saw that Rochelle Walton Gray had posted about a logistics center. We do not want a warehouse in the middle of our community. However, we do need to see some type of development there. We would love to see a development that will enhance the beauty of our community as well as being a multifunctional use for our citizens. That's the first thing I want to talk about. Secondly, I would like to talk about or discuss secret oath. Ernie Tracus, last week you spoke of Shalonda Webb taking a secret oath, and you said it in such a way it made it seem as though she had done something wrong or illegal. Neither is true in this case. You need to apologize to that woman on the same stage that you disrespected her on. Back in August of 2020, Miss Webb beat Rochelle Walton Gray in a landslide victory, which should have sent a statement to you all that we, the people of the 4th District, no longer needed the services or lack thereof of Rochelle Walton Gray. There should not have been a vote for council chair that Webb wasn't present for on our behalf. So stop playing victim after you caused the fire, Ernie. However, since you have an interest in secret oaths, you should concern yourself with the secret oath that Sam Page took with Elber Walton, Rochelle Walton Gray's father. Elber Walton made Sam give Rochelle a $90,000 a year job after we fired her from a $20,000 a year job. Elber Walton is the most powerful man in St. Louis County, only because Sam is afraid of him. Who knows how many more remedial kids Elber has that he would make Sam hire in the future. That's all I have to say today. I really would appreciate if we learn to respect one another on a whole different level. When we take shots, that hurts our community. We voted in Shalonda Webb as our representative. So, Ernie, when you took that shot, we felt it here on this end. And I'm asking for you to, on this stage today, apologize to that lady for being disrespectful last week. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Our final speaker this evening is Zachary Keys.
Madam Clerk, it looks like Mr. Keys is not with us.
Okay, we will reach out to Mr. Keys for his comments.
That was the final speaker, Diane. Thank you. Moving on to the report of the county executive.
Thank you and good evening. Our employees have done an incredible job throughout this pandemic to keep St. Louis County government going during a very challenging time. They leaned on innovation to continue delivering services while protecting the public and themselves. They stepped up, knowing that during uncertainty, St. Louis County needed to be there for the community. One of those who stepped up, like she had every year for 36 years, was Gail Choate. On Friday, Gail retired, and it was an honor to present her proclamation for her long, successful tenure with the county. During her time with the county, Gail earned the respect of thousands of citizens, developers, and design professionals. With Gail's collaborative approach, she solved issues for residents and business owners and was an incredible resource for other departments, agencies, and leaders. She was widely respected by her colleagues, and best wishes to Gail and her family. A name that may be less familiar to you is Lee Martin. He is the superintendent at the Justice Center. Early in the pandemic, air filter systems were in high demand, and attempts to find them for the Justice Center were initially unsuccessful. But jail superintendent Lee Martin persevered. He found what was thought to be unfindable and retrofitted the in-demand filters to the Justice Center ventilation system. Justice Services Director Doug Burris said Lee's actions saved lives. The work of Lee and others at the Justice Center during the pandemic has been impressive. So much important work goes on quietly. The work to get our jail residents tested, treated, and vaccinated. The safety and cleaning protocols that were implemented. The new program, like a chess tournament and a culinary class to engage and educate those in our care. As Lee said, knowing we are making a difference is a good feeling. Thank you to Lee and all the employees at the Justice Center for all your hard work. St. Louis County is grateful to have so many community partners, especially in response to this pandemic. As we expanded our vaccine rollout, offering vaccination sites throughout the county and a homebound program, firefighters from every corner of St. Louis County stepped up to help administer shots. Today, on International Firefighters Day, a thank you to the men and women who work to ensure our communities are as safe as possible. Earlier today, I attended Legal Services of Eastern Missouri Day, a celebration of offering legal assistance for 65 years to some of our most vulnerable residents. Shortly after I took office in 2019, my team was met with the Trump administration push to destroy 200 public housing units in Wellston. The federal government at that time said the homes could not be saved based on their conditions. The answer was to give vouchers to the residents living there and send them on their way. Working with Legal Services of Eastern Missouri, we pushed back. Much of the housing could be saved, but it needed work, and we had to ensure that the residents there were informed of what was happening. We not only sought their input, but brought them to the table. Now there is a redevelopment plan that will provide nicer, safer homes and build on the other investments in and around Wellston. Thank you to Legal Services for removing the legal barriers many of our residents face so they can overcome poverty and violence and obtain or maintain independence. Finally, I'd like to thank our Department of Public Health for working with the City Health Department to align our public health protocols. While the responses of the city and the county have been similar, they've not always been in sync. Yesterday, alongside Mayor Jones, we announced that the city and the county would align our pandemic response, including lifting capacity restrictions for businesses, as long as social distancing guidelines can be met. The city and the county are the heart and soul of our region. Together, we must address our challenges. Together, we know we can move the needle on many of the complex issues that we face, including public health. That's all for now. Thank you.
Thank you. Moving on to introduction of bills.
Proceeding with introduction, Madam Chair. Bill number 124, introduced by Councilmember Days, an ordinance authorizing the county executive to accept an additional grant of up to $77,886 from the Federal Bureau of Investigation, appropriating the same for support of expansion of leased space for the Department of Police, and authorizing the county executive and the superintendent of police to execute necessary documents. Bill number 125, introduced by Councilmember Days, an ordinance amending ordinance number 26,390 pertaining to a contract with Crawford, Murphy, and Tilley Incorporated for professional engineering services related to the West Florissant Avenue Great Streets project, AR-1665 and AR-1810, and authorizing the Director of the Department of Transportation and Public Works to execute necessary documents to revise the schedule of work activities. Bill number 126, introduced by Councilmember Days, an ordinance declaring the public necessity of and providing for the opening, widening, and establishing of a section of public road designated as Hanley Road, lying partially within the city of University City, Missouri, and partially within the city of Veneta Park, Missouri, directing the acquisition of real property therefore, and authorizing execution of contracts, agreements, and related documents. Bill number 127, introduced by Council Members Days and Webb, an ordinance authorizing the county executive to execute a contract with Crawford, Murphy, and Tilley Incorporated for consulting engineering services related to the Paul Avenue, Elizabeth Avenue, Redmond Road, and New Florissant Road resurfacing projects, and authorizing the Director of the Department of Transportation and Public Works to execute necessary documents and revisions to the schedule of work activities. AR-1735, AR-1745, and AR-1796. Bill number 128, introduced by Council Members Days, Dunaway, and Clancy. An ordinance authorizing the county executive to execute a contract with Gemma LLC for professional engineering design services, pertaining to renovations at the Justice Center and remodeling projects related to court facilities and programs located in Clayton, Northwest Crossing, and the Met Center. Bill number 129, introduced by Councilmember Tracus, an ordinance amending the St. Louis County zoning ordinance by changing the boundaries of the NU non-urban district and the R2 15,000 square foot residence district of certain land as provided herein. PC 04-21 McBride Barrel Land Company, LLC. Bill number 130, introduced by Councilmember Tracus, an ordinance authorizing and giving preliminary approval to a planned environment unit development of a tract of land located in the R2 15,000 square foot residence district, subject to conditions. PC 05-21 McBride Barrel Land Company, LLC. Bill number 131, introduced by Councilmember Clancy, an ordinance amending Title VI, Chapter 630, St. Louis County Revised Ordinances, 1974 as amended, Department of Human Services, by repealing and reenacting Section 630.050 and 630.060 and amending Title II, Chapter 201, St. Louis County Revised Ordinances 1974 as amended, Personnel General, by repealing and reenacting Section 201.200 pertaining to establishment of a Youth Advisory Council. Madam Chair, that is all the bills.
Thank you very much, Kevin. Moving on to perfection.
Bill number 20, introduced by Councilmember Harder.
Please hold Bill number 20.
Bill number 20 is held.
Bill number 32, introduced by Councilmember Tracus.
Move to hold Bill number 32.
Bill number 32 is held.
Bill number 266, introduced by Councilmembers Fitch and Harder.
I move to hold Bill 266.
Bill number 266 is held.
Bill number 267, introduced by Councilmembers Fitch and Harder.
I move to hold Bill 267.
Bill number 267 is held.
Bill number 75, introduced by Councilmember Dunaway.
I move to hold Bill number 75.
Bill number 75 is held.
Substitute Bill number 1 for Bill number 77, introduced by Councilmember Clancy.
I move to hold substitute Bill number 1 for Bill number 77.
Substitute Bill number 1 for Bill number 77 is held.
Bill number 88, introduced by Councilmember Clancy.
I move to hold Bill number 88.
Bill number 88 is held.
Bill number 119, introduced by Councilmember Fitch.
I want to thank Councilwoman Clancy for the discussion we had on this bill this week, and I'd like to move to perfect Bill number 119.
Is there a second?
Second, Harder.
Discussion? All in favor, please say aye.
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 Those opposed, no. Motion carries. Bill number 119 is perfected.
Bill number 120, introduced by Councilmember Days.
I move to perfect Bill number 120. Is there a second?
Second, Harder.
All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, no. Motion carries. Bill number 120 is perfected.
Bill number 121, introduced by Councilmember Days.
I move to perfect Bill number 121. Is there a second?
Second, Harder.
All in favor, please say aye.
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 Those opposed, no. Motion carries. Bill number 121 is perfected.
Bill number 122, introduced by Councilmember Days.
I move to perfect Bill number 122. Is there a second?
Second,
Second, Clancy.
All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, no. Motion carries. Bill number 122 is perfected.
Bill number 123, introduced by Councilmember Days.
I move to perfect Bill number 123. Is there a second?
Second, Harder.
All in favor, please say aye.
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 Those opposed, no. Motion carries. Bill number 123 is perfected. Moving on to final passage.
Bill number 320, introduced by Councilmember Clancy.
I move to hold Bill number 320.
Bill number 320 is held.
Bill number 14, introduced by Councilmembers Tracus, Days, Dunaway, Fitch, Walton Gray, Clancy, and Harder.
Move to hold Bill number 14.
Bill number 14 is held.
Substitute Bill number 1 for Bill number 76, introduced by Councilmembers Dunaway and Harder.
I move to hold substitute Bill number 1 for Bill number 76.
Substitute Bill number 1 for Bill number 76 is held.
Bill number 220, introduced by Councilmember Tracus.
Move to hold Bill 220.
Bill number 220 is held.
Bill number 112, introduced by Councilmember Webb.
I move for final passage of Bill number 112.
Is there a second?
Second, Harder.
Roll call, please.
Councilmember Dunaway.
Aye.
Councilmember Webb.
Aye.
Councilmember Tracus.
Aye.
Councilmember Days.
Aye.
Councilmember Fitch.
Aye.
Councilmember Harder.
Aye.
Councilmember Clancy.
Aye.
Madam Chair, on Bill number 112, there are 7 ayes.
Bill number 112 is finally passed.
Bill number 113, introduced by Councilmember Days.
I move for final passage of Bill number 113. Is there a second?
Second, Harder.
Roll call, please.
Councilmember Dunaway,
Aye.
Councilmember Webb,
Aye.
Councilmember Tracus,
Aye.
Councilmember Days,
Aye.
Councilmember Fitch,
Aye.
Councilmember Harder,
Aye.
Councilmember Clancy.
Aye.
Madam Chair, on Bill number 113, there are 7 ayes.
Bill number 113 is finally passed.
Bill number 114, introduced by Councilmember Dunaway.
I move for final passage of Bill number 114.
Is there a second?
Second, Harder.
Roll call, please.
Councilmember Dunaway,
Aye.
Councilmember Webb,
Aye.
Councilmember Tracus,
Aye.
Councilmember Days,
Aye.
Councilmember Fitch,
Aye.
Councilmember Harder,
Aye.
Councilmember Clancy.
Aye.
Madam Chair, on Bill number 114, there are 7 ayes.
Bill number 114 is finally passed.
Bill number 115, introduced by Councilmember Webb.
I move for final passage of Bill number 115.
Is there a second?
Second, Harder.
Roll call, please.
Councilmember Dunaway,
Aye.
Councilmember Webb,
Aye.
Councilmember Tracus,
Aye.
Councilmember Days,
Aye.
Councilmember Fitch,
Aye.
Councilmember Harder,
Aye.
Councilmember Clancy.
Aye.
Madam Chair, on Bill number 115, there are 7 ayes.
Bill number 115 is finally passed.
Bill number 116, introduced by Councilmember Fitch.
I move for a final passage of Bill number 116.
Is there a second?
Second,
Second, Webb.
Roll call, please.
Councilmember Dunaway,
Aye.
Councilmember Webb,
Aye.
Councilmember Tracus,
Aye.
Councilmember Days,
Aye.
Councilmember Fitch,
Aye.
Councilmember Harder,
aye.
Councilmember Clancy.
Aye.
Madam Chair, on Bill number 116, there are 7 ayes.
Bill number 116 is finally passed.
Bill number 117, introduced by Councilmember Dunaway.
I move for final passage of Bill number 117.
Is there a second?
Second, Webb.
Roll call, please.
Councilmember Dunaway,
Aye.
Councilmember Webb,
Aye.
Councilmember Tracus,
Aye.
Councilmember Days,
Aye.
Councilmember Fitch,
Aye.
Councilmember Harder,
Aye.
Councilmember Clancy.
Aye.
Madam Chair, on Bill number 117, there are 7 ayes.
Bill number 117 is finally passed.
Bill number 118, introduced by Councilmember Fitch.
I move for final passage of Bill number 118.
Is there a second?
Second, Harder.
Roll call, please.
Councilmember Dunaway,
Aye.
Councilmember Webb,
Aye.
Councilmember Tracus,
Aye.
Councilmember Days,
Aye.
Councilmember Fitch,
Aye.
Councilmember Harder,
Aye.
Councilmember Clancy.
Aye.
Madam Chair, on Bill number 118, there are 7 ayes.
Bill number 118 is finally passed. Moving on to resolutions.
Madam Chair, we have 5 resolutions remaining this evening. Resolution number 1, introduced by Councilmember Clancy.
Councilwoman Clancy?
Yes, I move for adoption of resolution number 1. Actually, please read the resolution. I'm sorry. Got that switched around.
Okay, that's all right.
Yes, ma'am. Whereas Catherine Adams has been a member of Scouts BSA Troop 725G for 2 years and was the first female Eagle Scout in the Gravois Trail District. And whereas Catherine will receive an Eagle Scout Honor Cord at an Eagle Scout Court of Honor on May 8th, 2021 at Crestwood Park. And whereas Catherine has earned 31 merit badges, was elected to the Order of the Arrow in 2020, and has held the leadership positions of Patrol Leader and Senior Patrol Leader. And whereas Catherine attended the National Youth Leadership Training Camp, a leadership training camp for youth that teaches basic leadership principles, goal setting, and time management. And whereas for her Eagle Scout project, Catherine built a cabinet with shelves and sliding doors to house historical military memorabilia for her history teacher at Lindbergh High School. And whereas outside of scouting, Catherine is a member of the Lindbergh High School cross country team and is the editor for the Lindbergh High School yearbook. And whereas Catherine is the daughter of proud parents Bob and Molly Adams. And whereas when a young person has been so dedicated to a goal and achieved a rank earned by so few individuals, it is appropriate for the council and the people of St. Louis County to pause and take note. Now, therefore, be it resolved by the County Council of St. Louis County, Missouri as follows. Section 1. The County Council congratulates Catherine, her family, and her troop members and leaders on attaining the rank of Eagle Scout and wishes her well in all her future endeavors. Section 2, the Administrative Director shall send a certified copy of this resolution to Catherine Adams as a permanent token of the Council's esteem and admiration.
Councilwoman Clancy?
Yes, thank you, Kevin. Catherine, I'm not sure if you and your family are listening tonight, but it's an honor to honor you. It is quite an accomplishment to be the first female Eagle Scout in your district, and I wish you the best and much success in the future, and keep on blazing trails. So with that, I move for adoption of resolution number 1.
Is there a second?
Second, Dunaway.
Roll call, please. Diane, are you on mute?
Sorry about that. Councilmember Dunaway.
Aye.
Councilmember Webb.
Aye.
Councilmember Tracus.
Aye.
Councilmember Days.
Aye.
Councilmember Fitch.
Aye.
Councilmember Harder.
Aye.
Councilmember Clancy.
Aye.
Madam Chair, on resolution number 1, there are 7 ayes.
Resolution number 1 is adopted.
Madam Chair, as you recall, Resolution 2 was adopted earlier in the meeting, so we are moving on to Resolution 3 this evening, introduced by Council Members Fitch and Tracus.
Please read the resolution, Kevin.
Yes, sir. Whereas federal, state, local, and tribal police officers, sheriffs, and other law enforcement officers across the United States serve with valor, dignity, and integrity. And whereas law enforcement officers are charged with pursuing justice for all individuals and performing their duties with fidelity to the constitutional and civil rights of the public they serve. And whereas law enforcement officers swear an oath to uphold the public trust, even though, through the performance of their duties, officers may become targets for senseless acts of violence. And whereas in 1962, President John F. Kennedy signed Public Law 87-726, the Public Law, which authorizes the President to proclaim May 15th of every year as Peace Officers Memorial Day, in honor of the federal, state, and local officers who have been killed, disabled, or otherwise injured in the line of duty. And whereas the Public Law also authorizes the President to designate the week in which Peace Officers Memorial Day falls as National Police Week. And whereas the National Law Enforcement Officers Memorial, dedicated on October 15, 1991, is the national monument to honor those law enforcement officers who have died in the line of duty. And whereas since the beginning of 2020, 481 law enforcement officers from across the United States have made the ultimate sacrifice. And whereas 10 St. Louis County police officers have died in the line of duty since the department was formed in 1955, including Officer Wayne B. McClelland, Officer James R. Reifschneider, Officer Robert T. Jordan, Officer Kenneth A. Koch, Officer Lawrence J. McCormick, Officer Joanne V. Liscombe, Officer Thomas G. Smith Jr., Sergeant Richard E. Weinhold, and Officer Blake C. Snyder, as well as many federal, state, and municipal police officers serving in St. Louis County, including Moline Acres Police Sergeant Herschel R. Turner, who died in the line of duty on December 5, 2020. Now therefore be it resolved by the County Council of St. Louis County, Missouri as follows. Section 1. The County Council recognizes the week of May 9 through May 15, 2021 as National Police Week, expresses strong support for law enforcement officers across the United States in the efforts that those officers make to build safer and more secure communities, recognizes the need to ensure that law enforcement officers have the equipment, training, and resources necessary to protect the health and safety of the officers while they are protecting the public, recognizes the law enforcement community for the continual selfless acts of sacrifice and bravery carried out by the members of that community, acknowledges that police officers and other law enforcement personnel, especially those who have made the ultimate sacrifice, should be remembered and honored, expresses condolences to the loved ones of each law enforcement officer who has made the ultimate sacrifice in the line of duty, and encourages the people of St. Louis County to observe National Police Week with appropriate ceremonies and activities that promote awareness of the vital role that law enforcement officers perform in service to the United States and the communities in which they serve. Section 2, the Administrative Director shall send certified copies of this resolution to Chief Mary Barton, Superintendent of Police.
Councilman Fitch.
Thank you, Kevin. I move for the adoption of the resolution.
Is there a second?
Second,
Harder.
Tracus.
Roll call, please.
Councilmember Dunaway,
Aye.
Councilmember Webb,
Aye.
Councilmember Tracus,
Aye.
Councilmember Days,
Aye.
Councilmember Fitch,
Aye.
Councilmember Harder,
Aye.
Councilmember Clancy.
Aye.
Madam Chair, on resolution number 3, there are 7 ayes.
Thank you. Resolution number 3 is adopted.
Resolution number 4 this evening, introduced by Councilmember Harder.
Please read the resolution.
Yes, sir. Whereas Eureka resident and proud graduate of Eureka High School, Arthur F. DeSalme, known more commonly as Fred by friends and family, started working June 9, 1971 at what was then known as Six Flags over Mid-America, just days after the park first opened with only 6 themed areas and as the third Six Flags park built in the United States. And whereas Mr. DeSalme began his long and dedicated career of service to the greater St. Louis area 50 years ago at what is now known as Six Flags St. Louis, Six Flags, as a security director, a role he remained in for his entire career. And whereas during his career, Mr. DeSalme has hosted nearly 80 million guests through the Six Flags gates. And whereas over the last 50 years, Mr. DeSalme has made major contributions to the community by mentoring many individuals, including many who have gone on to successful careers as police officers, police chiefs, sheriffs, deputies, FBI agents, military officers, and security managers. And whereas Six Flags truly created a home for Mr. DeSalme because that is where he met his wife Carla, and together they have 2 children and 5 grandchildren. And whereas after many years of dedicated service to ensuring that all who came to St. Louis County to visit Six Flags were able to enjoy the park safely, Mr. DeSalme has announced he is retiring. And whereas upon his well-deserved retirement, we wish Mr. DeSalme many happy and relaxing years with family and friends. And whereas it is appropriate and fitting for the council and all St. Louis Countyans to recognize and honor Arthur Fred DeSalme for his decades of dedicated service to Six Flags and the mentorship he has provided to so many. Now therefore be it resolved by the County Council of St. Louis County, Missouri as follows. Section 1, the County Council expresses its most sincere gratitude to Arthur Fred DeSalme for a lifetime dedicated to service and mentoring young men and women who went on to careers in public safety, and sends its best wishes to him for a relaxing and enjoyable retirement, which he has most certainly earned. Section 2, the Administrative Director shall send a certified copy of this resolution to Mr. DeSalme as a permanent token of the Council's admiration and gratitude.
Thank you, Kevin. I move for adoption of this resolution.
Is there a second?
Second, Fitch, and discussion?
Discussion. Councilman Fitch.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'd like to ask Councilman Harder if I could be added as a co-sponsor. I worked with Fred DeSalm for many years at Six Flags. I was one of those officers that was probably mentioned in that resolution. So thank you for that, Fred, and congratulations on your retirement.
Any further discussion?
Yes, Kevin, please add Councilman Fitch to that resolution.
Yes, sir, will do.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Councilmember Dunaway.
Aye.
Councilmember Webb.
Aye.
Councilmember Tracus.
Aye.
Councilmember Days.
Aye.
Councilmember Fitch.
Aye.
Councilmember Harder.
Aye, and congratulations, Fred.
Councilmember Clancy.
Aye.
Madam Chair, on resolution number 4, there are 7 ayes.
Resolution number 4 is adopted. Moving on to unfinished business.
Madam Chair, I think we have
We
2
still
more
have two.
resolutions.
Oh, I'm sorry. 6 and 7. I apologize. Councilwoman Clancy, I think you're next.
Madam Chair, moving on to resolution number 5 this evening, introduced by council members Clancy and Days.
Please read the resolution.
Yes, ma'am. Resolution. Whereas education and knowledge are the foundation of the strength of our country, and whereas, even in normal times, teachers spend countless hours preparing lessons, evaluating progress, counseling and coaching students, and performing community service. And whereas the COVID-19 pandemic vastly expanded already significant workloads as educators and staff adapted to multiple forms of remote and in-person learning while modeling grace and resilience during a time of historic uncertainty. And whereas, in doing so, teachers and other educational staff have drawn on their tenacity and boundless creativity to continue to support and educate students in St. Louis County during one of the most challenging school years on record. And whereas, teachers and other education staff have earned and deserved the respect of students in our entire community for their selfless dedication to the futures of the children of St. Louis County. And whereas, the intent of National Teacher Appreciation Week, celebrated from May 3 through May 7, 2021, is to raise public awareness of the unquantifiable contributions of teachers and to promote greater respect and understanding for the teaching profession. Now, therefore, be it resolved by the County Council of St. Louis County, Missouri as follows. Section 1, the St. Louis County Council hereby extends its gratitude to the teachers and education staff in schools throughout the county and for your dedication to the children of the county during this most difficult school year.
Councilwoman Clancy.
Yes, thank you, Kevin. Teacher Appreciation Week 2021 and teachers across St. Louis County and beyond, we hope that you are supported this week and every week as you take on some of the most noble work there is to work and teach and educate our young people. So it's an honor to sponsor this resolution tonight, and I thank Chairwoman Days on her support. And with that, I move for adoption of resolution number, is it 5 or 6?
5. I think we're on 5.
Okay, 5.
Is there a second?
Second, Dunaway.
All right. Roll call, please.
Can we?
I'm sorry, Councilwoman Dunaway, I believe you want to make a statement.
Yes, thank you very much, Madam Chair. I would also like to be added as a co-sponsor to this resolution. As a mom of a first grader and a third grader in this crazy school year, the things that I have seen their teachers respond to and show up for have amazed me. We switched from virtual to in-person, back to virtual, back to in-person. And they have just rolled with all the punches, and my kids, you wouldn't even know that anything's different, as happy as they've been. So I cannot thank the teachers in my life, as well as all the teachers who have done a phenomenal job of weathering this crisis. Thank you so much.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Councilmember Dunaway.
Aye.
Councilmember Webb.
Aye.
Councilmember Tracus.
Aye.
Councilmember Days.
Aye.
Councilmember Fitch,
Aye.
Councilmember Harder,
Aye.
Councilmember Clancy.
Aye.
Madam Chair, on resolution number 5, there are 7 ayes.
Resolution number 5 is adopted. And one more?
Yes, ma'am. Madam Chair, our final resolution this evening, resolution number 6, introduced by Councilmember Fitch.
Thank you, Kevin. Please read the resolution.
Yes, sir. Whereas Amy Varghese exemplifies a member of our youth community who is making a difference by service to others. And whereas Amy's commitment to the community includes giving of more than 900 volunteer hours of service, including donating her time to benefit the missions of Nurses for Newborns, Operation Backpack, Shop with a Cop, Gift Giving Tree, Green Tree Festival, Kids Against Hunger, Make-A-Wish Foundation, Friends of Kids with Cancer, and Birthday Party in a Bag, as well as participating in canned food drives, school supply drives, beautifying Gwinnett Cemetery, trivia nights, car washes, lemonade stands, hot chocolate stands, face painting pumpkins, and adopt-a-family programs. And whereas Amy's tireless efforts have earned her the 2020-2021 Youth Humanitarian Award from Youth in Action, a nonprofit organization that seeks to motivate and recognize local children making positive contributions to lives all around the world, an organization of which Amy has been a member for 6 years and served as its president for 2 years. And whereas Amy, an 11th grade student at Koryezu Academy, has also been involved in clubs and sports, such as the Koryezu Women of Color Club, Ben and Babies Club, Christian Action Reaching Everyone, CARE Club, the varsity basketball and track teams, and the freshman soccer team, and is the junior class president, all while earning the academic distinction of being a member of the National Honor Society. And whereas when a young person has been so dedicated to her community and achieved an honor so deserved, it is appropriate for the council and the people of St. Louis County to pause and take note. Now, therefore, be it resolved by the County Council of St. Louis County, Missouri as follows. Section 1, the County Council congratulates Amy Varghese on her receipt of the 2020-2021 Youth Humanitarian Award and wishes her well in all her future endeavors. Section 2, the Administrative Director shall send a certified copy of this resolution to Ms. Varghese as a permanent token of the Council's esteem and admiration.
Thank you, Kevin. What an amazing young lady, as you've heard. Congratulations, Amy. I move for the adoption of resolution number 6.
Is there a second?
Second.
All right. Any discussion? Seeing none, call the roll, please.
Councilmember Dunaway,
Aye.
Councilmember Webb,
Aye.
Councilmember Tracus,
Aye.
Councilmember Days,
Aye.
Councilmember Fitch,
Aye.
Councilmember Harder,
Aye.
Councilmember Clancy.
Aye.
Madam Chair, on resolution number 6, there are 7 ayes.
Resolution number 6 is adopted. Now, unfinished business.
Item number 1.
Hold on the order of business, and that will be the order.
Item number 2.
Receive and file, and that will be the order.
Item number 3.
Hold on the order of business, same motion through item number 5, and that will be the order.
Item number 6, 5th District.
The county councilor be directed to prepare the appropriate legislation.
So ordered.
Item number 7, 6th District.
The new liquor license be approved as requested.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, no. Motion carries.
Item number 8, 7th District.
Hold on the order of business.
So ordered.
Item number 9, 2nd District.
Hold on the order of business.
So ordered. Moving on to new business.
Madam Chair, we have 2 prepared orders this evening. Order number 1 is in the matter of communication from Jennifer Keating, Acting Director of Procurement, and Todd A. Martin, Director of Administration, requesting authorization to dispose of certain personal property.
I move for adoption of order number 1.
Is there a second?
Second, Fitch.
All in favor, please say aye.
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 Those opposed, no. Motion carries. Order number 1 is adopted.
And prepared order number 2 this evening is in the matter of a proposed project for industrial development pursuant to the provisions of Chapter 100 RSMO Gateway Studios LLC.
I move for adoption of order number 2.
Is there a second?
Second, Webb.
All in favor, please say aye.
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 Those opposed, no. Motion carries. Order number 2 is adopted. All right. Do we have any announcements? Anyone has anything to say for the order, for the good of the order of the organization? Councilman Harder.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Just want to announce that on May 6th, Thursday, we will be having a COVID vaccine event at the Wildwood City Hall, and that will be in the afternoon from about 12 till 6. And we hope to give out a lot of vaccines through the pop-up situation. And it's the Metro West Fire District is conducting that at that location. So we hope to get that done. And then the fire department will be visiting homebound people on the next day, doing the same thing in the area. So we wish them well and hope it's a successful event.
Councilman Harder, do you know which vaccine they'll be giving?
I'm not sure. I believe it's the Pfizer.
Okay, which means they're going to have to come back for a second one. Okay,
Correct.
Thank you. Anyone else? Anyone else with any? Councilwoman Clancy?
Yes, it is Firefighter Appreciation Day today, from what I understand, which is fitting because I wanted to provide a shout out to all of the firefighters and first responders that responded so quickly and competently, of course, in response to the Manor chemical fire that was in my district in Afton, I believe on Thursday afternoon. You may have heard there was a big chemical explosion. It was pretty close to some nearby residences, and there were dozens of residents that had to evacuate. And I believe there were fire departments on the scene from over 40 jurisdictions throughout the county. And again, they did incredible work to get the fire contained and to make sure residents were safe. I also want to share my gratitude with other first responders, including the St. Louis County Police Department, the Red Cross, the St. Louis County Emergency Operations Center, who did fantastic work coordinating everybody. The Afton Elks, who provided a space for residents who needed a safe space to evacuate to congregate, and also to Metro and Bi-State, who helped provide some bus rides to some folks who needed rides from their homes to the evacuation site. So it really was a good effort on everyone's part, and we're still working to get information about what happened, but I'm pleased that there were minimal to no injuries. And it feels pretty miraculous that no one was killed during this. So good work all around, and we're working to get more information. There should be no issues with air or water right now, but again, we should know more soon. So thank you to everyone who was involved in that.
And thank you, Councilwoman Clancy, for mentioning that. I join you in congratulating those. It was a yeoman's effort because, as you said, I did not hear of any fatalities in that at all. And that's to really be commended in such an event such as that. So thank you. Anyone else? Councilwoman Webb.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I just want to make 2 announcements this evening. I want to remind all that are listening that on Thursday, May 7th, we will be having a Justice, Health, and Welfare Committee hearing about the animal care and shelter. So that will be at 2 p.m. on May 7th, this upcoming Thursday. And finally, I'm sorry, correction, that's Friday, May 7th, excuse me. And then finally, I want to make an announcement just for all those who are listening from District 4 and all of our friends throughout the county, that we will be having a District 4 Community Cleanup Day, which will be on May 15th, Saturday, May 15th, starting at 8:30. We have 8 different locations. You can sign up on Sign Up Genius to which location you would like to volunteer. You can get more information on my website, or you can go to my Facebook page of County Council Shalonda Webb. And then also, I want to extend the invitation to all of my peers that are on the call, all of the councilmen. You're welcome to come on out and help clean up District 4, and I would definitely reciprocate the favor if you want me to come to your district and help you. But we are just want to encourage all of our community to be a part of beautification and help the trash pick up. Thank you, Madam Chair.
And thank you. Anyone else? Anyone else that wishes to have anything to say for the greater good of the organization? Seeing none, I need a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
So,
Second.
Second, Fitch.
second.
All in favor, please say aye.
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 Those opposed, no. Y'all have a good evening and stay safe.
Good night.